who don't know, what is emotional intelligence? Take us through a little bit about it.
Oh my goodness, it is the ability to be able to use, manage, understand your emotions in a healthy manner.
I pursued my doctorate in business administration, and I focused my research on the concept of emotional intelligence. I took my research from theory to practice.
Good morning! Happy New Year's! Good morning and Happy New Year's. Today's the first Wednesday of 2026. Welcome to A Glimpse of Growth with Dr. Dale. How are you guys feeling today? Another year. I am still coming off the high of another year. I have this on, you guys, because it's cold in my house right now. It's cold. I haven't turned the AC up or down, but it's cold. So welcome to A Glimpse of Growth, you guys. Today is Wednesday, January 7th, 2026. Welcome in. Good morning. Thank you all. I hope you guys enjoyed your New Year's. Up to what point do you say Happy New Year's? Like, up to what point do you keep saying Happy New Year's? I wonder. I mean, I keep saying it until the person that I didn't talk to this entire year, I say to them when I see them for the first time. Is that what you guys do? What do you guys do? It would be interesting to hear what you guys do. What is it that you guys do? Up to what point do you stop saying Happy New Year's? Is it after the first week? After the second week? I don't know. What is it? At what point do you stop saying Happy New Year's? So good morning, you guys. That's a question. I want to know. I would like to know you guys' thoughts on that. Because I just keep going until the last person I talked to or the person that I didn't talk to, I just keep going, I don't know. What about you? So today, our first conversation of the year is all about, did you bring that nasty behavior into 2026? Like, that's what we're talking about today. Because, I mean, the calendar changed, but did you? Did you? Let me start with this, right? Every January, we know people, right? We know people that we watched people, and we probably ourselves, I myself have done it like years and years ago. I've done it where I watch people do the same thing, right? We clean our house, our fridge, we get rid of all of the new old things and we in with the new. We buy new planners, new journals, we write New Year, new me, let's go. But then we wake up. January 2nd, and we're irritated. Or, I got to go back to work. That's right. You snapping at someone. Right? You start, procrastinating again. And, all of those negative thoughts that you had, they seem to start creeping in. You're still having to tolerate things you swore you were done with. You swore you were done with it. Huh? I heard this. I worked with this client. And this person, he said, I don't understand why I still feel the same way that I do when it's a new year. It's supposed to be new, fresh, Why are everything else, the year has changed. Why is everything else around me the same? And, I'm going to give you guys the cliff notes of what I actually replied to him. And the better version I'll give you guys, right? When he said, everything else around me is changing, it's the same, but new year, but everything else around me is the same. And I feel the same. Nothing has changed. And when he said that, I'm giving you guys the better version. And I replied, but you brought the same habits, the same mindset, the same emotional reactions with you. You're still you. Because from my point of view, where I see it, no one, no, the truth is, no one wants to hear, or nobody likes to hear that, right? That everything else around me is changing, but I'm the same. Time changes dates. Growth changes behavior. So the question is, and like I said, I give you guys the nice version of what I told him. The nice version, the nice pretty version. Growth changes behavior. Did you grow? Did you grow? Did you grow? Hi, Stephanie. Good morning. Did you grow? Why do we think that when a new year starts, our bad habits or negative thinking or all the patterns and the things that we used to do are just going to poof disappear? They're just gonna poof poof magically disappear. I mean, I believe in miracles. I believe in miracles. But come on now. Come on, Kiki. Good morning. Monica, good morning. Come on. I believe in miracles. If it's a new year, why do we think that our bad habits or negative thinking or emotional patterns or reactions or stinking thinking, why do we think those things are going to somehow disappear? They don't leave unless we release them. I mean, I wish there was another way to tell you guys that. I really wish there was another way, but there's no other way for you to let go of those bad habits, those nasty things that you said you weren't going to do anymore, or you said you're going to do in this new, you're not going to do in this new year. There's no other way to get rid of that, but for you to do something about it. You have to let them go. You have to release them. Lashanta, good morning, you guys. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome to A Glimpse of Growth with Dr. Dale. And the conversation is very simple. Did you bring those nasty habits into 2026 with you? And if you did, then this conversation is for you. And this is not calling you out, because I'm calling myself, I'm calling us in. I'm Nadia, I'm calling Patricia, I'm calling us in for a conversation. You can't say that you're going to, it's a new year, new me. How? When you haven't grown? You didn't grow. You have to grow. Did you guys know that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail by February? So next month, not bad. We're 7 days in. So, all right. So let me get my calculator out here. 20 something days from now, in 2 weeks or so, 2 weeks, whatever resolution, if you're into resolutions, because not everybody is, I'm not. If you're into setting goals or priorities for yourself, if you did that last year and you are not so gun focused about it, 80% of people's goals that they set for themselves or resolutions, they're not going to accomplish them. That's from the US News and World Report. 80%. think about that. Edlin Moore, good morning. Welcome in. The conversation is very simple. I'm saying if you are not serious about whatever it is you said you're going to do this year, this is the day for you to start thinking about it. If you already backed out or you know somebody that's already backed out on what they said they're going to do or are not consistent, did you say you're going to start working out? Did you say that you're not going to curse anymore? Use profanity? Did you say, I'm not going to let those people at that job piss me off anymore. I am going to be stoic and serious. And I'm not going to let them emotionally drain me. Did you promise yourself anything? Peanut Butter 72, good morning and welcome in. I'm just asking, whatever it is, let me know in the chat, you guys. Put it down below. Put it down below. Let me know. What is it that you promised yourself? What is that one thing you said, I am going to make sure I'm going to stop doing this or I'm going to start doing this? What is that? I just said the stat says that 80% of New Year's resolutions fail. This is why I guess why people just like don't do resolutions, because sticking to them is the hard part. Making the resolution is not the problem. Sticking to them, that's where it gets a little sticky icky. Most people don't fail because they lack the desire to do it. They fail because they bring the same emotional patterns into a new year again and again and again. Same emotional patterns, right? I think it was Albert Einstein that says, famous quote, if you want different results, you have to do different things. You have to do something different. We have to do something different. And Carl Jung, I love me some Carl Jung, and he said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. If you pretend like it's everybody else's problem, if you this is me talking about if you refuse to grow, right? How can you expect to be a new me in a new year when you haven't changed any of the habits or behaviors or things that you said you wanted to do or no longer wanted to do? If you didn't put actions behind them, and that was the last conversation we had in 2025 was action beats momentum, motivation. You got to pack your goals with action. If you don't, it's just a wish. It's just a wish. It's just a wish, right? It is. Sean Brown, it's just a wish. It's just a wish. It's just words coming out of your mouth, but with no backup. That's all it is. If it's something else, you guys let me know down below. If it's something else, if you don't put action behind what you have said, it's just words. 2026 doesn't need to be a new version of you. New year, new me. It doesn't need to be. It needs more honesty. It needs a more honest version of you. Meaning, be honest with yourself and say, yeah, these last 2 years, boy, I just keep doing the same things, but this is the year. Today, right now, is when I'm going to do something different. And I'm actually going to stick to that goal I said I was going to do or not do, right? Not loud, though. You don't need to be loud with it. You not busy. You don't need to be, it's not perfection. You just need to be aware, be honest, be intentional, be gun focused, more emotionally disciplined. You need consistency. So that's what we're talking about. Let's keep the momentum and actually level up into a version of ourselves that you will love when this year ends. Because guess what? Time ain't waiting for nobody. It ain't waiting for nobody. Whether you are ready or not, like the song says, ready or not, here I come. The end of the year is going to come whether we are ready for it or not. So this time next year, 2027, January 7, are you going to be proud of the decisions that you make in this next 366, 65 years, 66 days? I don't know, whatever it is. Are you going to be proud of that person? So, with that being said, here are 7 ways that you can keep your momentum leveled up in 2026. Stop blaming the calendar. Stop blaming everybody else around you. A new year won't save you. New choices will. New choices will. Dasana, good morning. Welcome in, you guys. Welcome in. Growth begins when responsibility replaces excuses. I'm going to say that again. New year won't change you. New habits, new choices, new friends, depending on what the situation is, but as it relates to you. This is what I've had to do. This is what I continue to do. I'm not telling you guys something that I don't do myself or haven't done. Tabitha, good morning. Growth begins when responsibility replaces excuses. And I'm not calling you out. I'm calling us in. I'm calling us into the house so we can sit down and have some nice, cafe, some nice coffee, right? Cafe cola, right? Like or like the Cuban coffee, and just sit down and just have a real honest conversation with yourself. That's what I had to do. That's what I continue to do with myself. Like when you wake up in the morning, like one of the things, right? When you wake up in the morning and you're getting ready to go to work, or you're getting ready to get the kids, or whatever it is that you do in the morning, and you stop and you are brushing your teeth and you're looking inside in the mirror. Have you ever stopped to like really look into your eyes? Have you stopped to really look into your eyes and not in passing, not in putting on a lipstick, not in shaving your eyebrows or any, just like really stop and like really look into your eyes and just stare there for a few seconds and see what comes out. I've done that. I know folks that do that. I had a few of my clients and people that I know, peers, friends that have done that. And some folks have cried. Some folks have it just brought a lot of emotions. Because we keep going. Life is so busy. There's so much going on, right? And we just keep going. But we haven't stopped to like really look into our own eyes. When was the last time you looked into your own eyes, like really paused and sat there for a second? Whatever you do, if you decide to do it, let me know. I would like to know how did you feel, because I'll tell you this, it's going to bring so much honesty, and you're going to feel like, man, I need to get it together. So, number 2, interrupt negative self-talk immediately, not later on, not maybe, immediately. The minute you have a thought that is not positive, you cannot speak to yourself like an enemy, and expect peace. There's just no way. If you are intentional and kind of start focusing on how you speak to yourself up here, ask yourself, would I talk to someone I love like that? Would I talk to someone that I care about like that? If you love your mom, if you love your kids, not a lot of people do. Would you talk to them the way you talk to yourself up here? Think about that, right? there's a quote that said, what is the quote? I thought I had it here. I don't have it here, you guys. The quote said something like, your reflection, how you think of yourself, is a reflection on how you see others. So if you see someone, you're like, and you start immediately judging them, or negatively putting them down, or whatever it is that you think up here when you see someone, whether a stranger or someone you know, whatever it is that you think about them is what you think about yourself. And I'm going to leave that there and let that simmer for a little bit with you. Number 3, replace those habits. Don't just remove them. Replace them with something good, something that you want to do. You can't delete you can't delete behavior without installing a new one. You can't. You got to put something else in place. If you stop scrolling, maybe start walking. If you say this year, I am not going to scroll as much as I did last year, I'm only going to give myself 30 minutes a day or an hour a day on scrolling, or whatever it is that you have set for yourself as it relates to social media. If it's not serving you and if it's not leveling you up, then you got to have to ask yourself the question, should you be there? Do you need to continue scrolling? If it's not helping you, if it's not adding to your life, if it's not making you a better human being, then you may have to let that go. I mean, you may have to let that go, right? Lee Love, good morning. If you stop complaining, what do you do with that? Maybe start, I don't know, journaling. If you stop gossiping, maybe maybe start a blog on positivity. I don't know. What are you gonna replace that habit with, Lily? If you stop avoiding, maybe, I don't know, start doing some micro steps. Start everything small so that way you can digest it. That's how I have to start small, and then I slowly ramp up. And when I start 1, and then I don't do it for like 2 days, and then I start 3, and then I do it 4, and then I shoot off to 10, 11, 12, 15. That's how it works for me. I have to ease myself into it, and then when I get to a certain level, I just shoot off, right? But you got to start somewhere. That's the hardest part, they say, right? Starting. You got to start somewhere. Number 4, build systems, not motivation. Motivation does not last. You can be motivated right now listening to me, right? But after this conversation, what are you gonna do? And you don't have to do a lot. Just do one thing. Just change one thing, right? Just start very small, because motivation fades. Systems stay. Like when I'm brushing my teeth, I do affirmations in the morning as well. So when I'm brushing my teeth, I have my affirmation list. I in front of the mirror, here on my computer, and I start reciting them. So I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And at the same time, what I've added as well recently is that I started doing when I'm like working out, when I'm standing up and brushing my teeth, I'm like stretching, I'm doing like some stretches. I'm stretching, and then I was like, and I'm doing this, doing 10 of these. I'm doing 3 things all at once, all while I recite my affirmations. That's just me, right? Put your sneakers, if you want to work out, put your sneakers by your bed, right? When you get up in the morning, Pee-wee, good morning. When you get up in the morning, you say you want to work out in this new year, maybe put your sneakers by your bed. Schedule your time, your passion time, your self-care time, I call that my me time. Schedule it. If you need to schedule it, schedule it. Make growth inconvenient to ignore. Did you hear that? Make growth inconvenience, so inconvenience that you have to do something about it. You have to do something about it. Right? So I told you guys last year, I told you guys a little story last year on how I started working out, and I wanted to make working out a part of my daily routine and my daily habit. So what I did is that I started it, I always started in different programs and different people, and then I will stop. And so I finally got to an age, I guess, Victoria, I finally got to an age, Victory, I finally got to an age that I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm ready now. I'm ready. I can do it. I'm ready to work out and keep work out a part of my schedule. So I got to a friend. I talked to a friend of mine that I know it is a workout guru. I mean, she looks great. And I said, I want your help with this, and this. Can you help me? And she said, yes. And I said, in return, I'll help you with this, and this. And she said, yes. And here we are. And 7-8 months later, it was like me getting towards I set a goal. I'm like, by my birthday, which was last year, January 1st, I wanted to, be in a 2-piece suit, or, be in a medium size versus a large, or vice versa. And I didn't realize how much I was working out, or how much the difference made, because I overachieved it. I went from a large to a small, and now I'm between a small and a medium, and it's perfect for me, right? And not only to kind of look the way that I kind of have in my mind that I want to look, but also to be healthier, right? As you get wiser, you want to be able to keep up, and you want to be able to make sure that you have healthy habits for your well-being, because it helps with your psyche. And I love my mind, and I want to make sure my mind has all the things that it needs so it can be the best version of itself, the best honest self, the best self it can be, because I push my mind. I push my mind, right? I push my mind, and I want to make sure my mind has everything that it needs to be the best, right? So I stay up long hours doing things for my business, and I work and partner with a lot of people, and I need to make sure my mind is clicking. It's clicking. So that's what I did, and that helped me, right? And now it's when I miss a day, I was like, okay, so I gotta work out tomorrow. So I make sure I get 3 to 4 days in, any day except Sunday, and that works for me, right? So that's what I had to do. I had to get honest with myself, and I said, I'm gonna make it a routine, and then bam, here I am. I've stuck with it, but I had to, it wasn't easy. You guys know it's not easy, but it's worth it, right? And now I'm happy with myself, because now it's a part of my psyche. Now I've done it so much, and I've gotten used to it. So much so that I have accustomed myself. Now when I miss a day, my brain is telling me, hey, you didn't work out yesterday. Wilma, and it tells me I ain't work out yesterday, and it doesn't have to be a lot of workout. So I need, for me to stay consistent with this kind of stuff, it have to be a variety. I'm all about that phrase, variety is the spice of life. So I do strength training, or I do cardio, and that can be like jump rope, walking, and some small running, or yoga, right? So those things, I switch in between those three, or those things, right? And I can do them anywhere. I don't like the gym too much, so outside is where I kind of get my life, and that works for me. And I have park nearby, and I go to that, and that's what works for me, right? And so I had to kind of work around it, and now it's beautiful, you guys. It's beautiful. Number 5, choose discomfort on purpose. I know that sounds a little contradictory. I know it sounds a little contradictory, but Think about it. Staying the same will cost you what? If you stay the same way, what is that going to cost you? If you don't do something different, what is that going to cost you? It's going to cost you something, right? It's going to cost you something. If you decide to not do anything about it, about dot, 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 what is that going to do for you? So the cost can be respect, especially self-respect, especially self-respect, right? So number 6, get an accountability partner. See, I told you guys. You did it alone. You did it alone last year, my friend. You don't have to do it alone this year, right? Someone needs, for those out there that needs permission to call you out, I'm calling you out with love. Get an accountability person. Get someone that you know, that you like, that you trust, right? Isolation keeps patterns alive. Accountability breaks them. I'll say that again. Isolation keeps patterns alive. So your habits that you're used to doing every single day, you do that in isolation. Nobody knows what you're doing, only you. That's going to keep, that pattern right there is going to keep your habits that you want to change. It's going to keep them alive. But if you call it out, if you call it out, bring it out into the open. Let somebody know what it is that you want to do. They will remind you. Accountability will break that pattern. They will help keep you honest. They will help keep you honest. Number 7, act like the person you want to respect later. Act like them. Ask yourself on a weekly basis, maybe even on a daily basis, would end of year me be proud of this choice? Self-respect is built through follow through. You start love, you start, you can tell how much you respect yourself if what you told yourself in private and in public, you actually do it. You don't only say it in public, and then when it's time for you to do it or to show up, you don't do it. Keep the promises to yourself, my friend. Keep the promises that you made to yourself. Stop breaking the promises you made to yourself. You don't become someone you love by accident. That's not how it works. You become them by keeping promises to yourself. That's how, Kiba, good morning. You don't become someone that you love by accident. You do not. On purpose. You become the person that you love by keeping the promises that you made to yourself. So the promises that you made to yourself that you said you would do or not do in 2026, the year is here and the day is now and the time is here. It's right now. So it's up to you to kind of see that through. And it's not, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it, but it ain't. And because it ain't, you have to do, you have to show up, right? If this is something that's important to you, if it's not important to you, then of course keep going, keep doing, keep not doing, whatever, right? But if it's something important to you and you really want to stick to it, do it for your kids. Sometimes people have different motivations, whatever that keeps your why, like Simon Sinek says, right? Whatever your why is what keeps you going down that journey, that road, right? That your why could be, could be your kids. It could be, One of my whys, or part of my why, is making sure that I pay off my mom's house, right? I want to pay off my mom's house. That's one of my why, right? Making sure that I all that my family has invested into me, that I pay, somehow repay them. Not that ever could, not that I ever could, but it doesn't mean I shouldn't try, right? It doesn't mean I shouldn't try. I just want them to know that I really so much am grateful for what they have invested into my life. So that's one of my, that's those are just one or two of my whys. What is your why, right? That why is going to keep you on your journey to finishing what you said you wanted to do, and it will keep you honest with yourself first. Forget about what about everybody else. Is the honesty that you have, and keep to yourself. Milka, good morning. And that's what it comes down to. Those nasty behaviors that you brought into this new year, if you did, they're still there unless you check them. You have to put the spotlight on them. You have to check them. Bring them out into the spotlight. Let them know, I see you, we see you, and we're not going to do that anymore, right? Right? So I ask you one last time. Did you bring those not so positive behaviors into 2026? And if you did, are you finally ready to leave it behind? Star Ben, good morning. Are you finally ready to leave those behaviors behind? So, not with guilt, not with shame, not with, we're doing it with intention. We're doing it with discipline. We're doing it with love. We're doing it with, because we respect ourselves, right? We respect ourselves, because this year isn't about being new, right? And, shine, the shiny stuff. No, it's about you being real with you. You being like 100%, because this year, that's what it's about. It's about you being better aligned with yourself. And that version of you, they're waiting. They're waiting on you to take the action, to do what you said you were going to do. And they are waiting, and they are beyond excited and cannot wait to see you at your finish line, which will be this time next year. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see me this time next year, what it's going to look like, and the possibilities and the opportunities and the doors that are going to close that I don't need open, and the doors that are going to open that I need open. If this message hit home for you, if this conversation hit home for you, I want you to take a breath with me and take one action today. We're going to end with action. We always end with action. You got to take an action. What is that one action that you're going to do, right? We mentioned earlier a few things. Whatever that is, take the action. Are you going to choose, be more intentional and with your discomfort, and choose the discomfort? Are you going to get an accountability partner? Are you going to replace your habits with something else, right? You're going to stop scrolling for a little bit and maybe start walking or start journaling. Are you going to interrupt that negative self-talk, by asking yourself, hey, I love me. Why am I talking to myself this way? Whatever it is that you're going to do something. Don't do nothing. Do something. Do something. And if you want support, or you want someone to push you along the way, reach out. DaleReports.com. And I have a community. Sign up for my newsletter, and sign up for my risk assessment. If you're a leader out there and you're ready to kind of lead differently and do something that is going to push you over that hump, help is there. Maybe it's time for you to maybe stop doing it alone. Maybe it's time for you to get the help that you need. I don't know. Maybe. It's a maybe. And it doesn't have to be anything grandiose or anything big or coming out of your pocket in a huge way. Maybe you just need to make the decision. And on the other side of that decision, you actually find out, oh, I don't need to pay for that. Yeah, miracles do happen. Miracles happen. So let's make 2026 the year we become someone that we love so much more, someone that we respect so much more, without apology, right? Without apology, because nobody ain't got time for that. Nobody ain't got time for that. So this has been a glimpse of growth with Dr. Dale. Thank you guys for being here with me on this first Wednesday of 2026. I will be back here next week, Wednesday, same time, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this was great. This was good. So you already know what to do with those nasty or not so good behaviors, right? That you brought into 2026. You got to release them. You got to forgive. Forgive not for them. It's never for them. It's for you. Forgive them for you. Forgive them. I don't know why I needed to say that. Someone needed to hear that. Forgive them. Then forgive yourself for holding that grudge, because it's not serving you. He's not serving you. And this has been a really great kind of conversation. Thank you guys for being here. We are 40 minutes or so in, and I'll see you guys next week for another glimpse of growth with Dr. Dale. We don't need to do a lot of growth. Just one little bit. Just one little bit, one step at a time, one day at a time, one breath at a time. And in no time, you will look back and see, oh, that was me. Oh, I did all that. Yes, you did. I'll see you guys next week. Yes, you.
Thank you for being here and supporting this channel. If you enjoy this episode and this content, it would mean a lot to me if you would take a few seconds to ensure you are subscribed to A Glimpse of Growth with Dr. Dale. Click the notification bell to receive notification. Share it with someone you think may need it. And let's continue to become more intelligent with our emotions. Thank you.